Okay, so Atlanta is 4-8. Their defense has been really bad, and it's mainly been from giving up a lot of threes above the break and a lot of shots at the rim. Similar to this one here, we had some off-ball stuff for Boyan along the baseline, able to get Herter on his back, and hits that floater over Clint Capella. The Hawks are allowing opponents to shoot 70% at the rim. That one was Capella, who Hawks fans have not been a fan of so far this season. Here we had Mike Conley, who got them all off balance by just going the opposite end of the screen, and then Gorgie Jang has to commit to him and no one's there for Gobert. Am I crazy or is this a zone? I don't know. Anyway, Collins is the one on Mitchell. Solomon Hill's got to help out at the rim. The rim protection has been rough for Atlanta. I also think ball handlers in general are not exactly feeling the Hawks defenders too much right now. Gobert screen, like that. I mean, we can say that Clint Capella isn't the same guy compared to last season. It would also help if, after the switch, Gallo could stay in front of Conley at all. Mitchell gets bogged on, switched onto him, and Cam Reddish tries to help out. He's right there at the nail. Mitchell splits through both of them. Gorgie Jang can't stop him. Now let's look at the Warriors game they just played. Yeah, Steph, he went nuts, 50 points, bunch of threes. The Warriors also shot 90% in the restricted area in this game, which of course is not going to work out if you want a good defense. Steph beats DeAndre Hunter off the dribble. Hawks collapse onto him. Clint Capella's already catching up, which that's not a good thing right there. Wiggins cuts, and there's just not enough of anything once Wiggins is down in there. That's just too easy. This one is really bad. So this is off of a made basket. The Warriors start running, and Gary Payton II just beats everybody down the court. And this is another one where the Warriors didn't have to do much. It's just Damian Lee beating Solomon Hill off the dribble, and there's no rim protection at all. You will notice they were not running with a center. Here is another early possession defensive coverage blown. This one is Trae Young just getting beat on a Steph Curry cut. Now, to me, the defense is the most alarming thing. I feel like their offense is going to be fine, but the one thing to make note of is that they're attempting a lot of mid-range jumpers. And when you look at this roster, I think it looks like one that should be at the top of the league in three-point attempts, but it hasn't been the case. They've been actually towards the bottom. Now, even with all this said, their offensive rating is still like 9th in the league. I'm not as concerned. I think they need to bump up the three-point shot attempts a little bit and get rid of probably more shots like this one, like where it's like 12 seconds left, nothing really going on. Let's just hoist up like a 17-footer. The other thing to make note of with their offense, which once again I'm not that concerned about, is that Trae Young is sometimes doing everything for them. I mean, this team, more so than maybe any other team, is so heavily weighed on one guy making things happen. I mean, his touches per game, his usage rate, his shots per game, it is so far beyond everybody else on this roster. And Trae's really good, so I'm not saying that's the wrong idea, but I also don't think it'd be a bad idea to lean a little bit more into other guys making plays sometimes. Now, they are trying some things occasionally, like DeAndre Hunter getting pick and roll opportunities. And of course, he was on my list of most improved guys this year, and his percentages have been good, but maybe he could just handle more shot attempts, more ball handling duties. However, the thing that makes it awkward is that Trae is the one guy on this team who can consistently get to the rim, so if you lean on those guys more, you might be shooting more mid-range. Dwight knew that he wasn't going to be on the top 75, apparently. Yeah, I mean, obviously he should be on there, and the only case that I will make is you go down that top 75 list, and not every single guy on there was a consensus top, 3 player, 4, 5, whatever, or about a 5 to 6 year stretch, and Dwight definitely was. And Paul Reed rejects Giannis. I gotta say, man, the half-depleted Bucks versus the fully depleted Sixers was a pretty entertaining game. And the Paul Reed-Giannis matchup where Paul Reed was, actually slowing him down, it was pretty wild. Ben Simmons would be interested in coming to Boston. Look, this trade is not going to happen. Drew finds Giannis for the dagger alley-oop. It wouldn't be the first time. This is the one where he just kind of ran right by Niang, right? Yeah. I remember in one of the few times I played organized basketball when I was young, dude told me, stay between your guy and the basket. The guy I was guarding was not a 7-foot tall dude. So, yeah, Niang, don't do that again. Well, here's a take. Without Melo, the Lakers might be 1-10. You know what, man? You went into that much research. I'm going to take your word for it. It's definitely been a bumpy road for the Lakers so far. Whether that is more Anthony Davis at center, Westbrook doing more stuff off the ball, LeBron getting a time machine, Anthony Davis getting over whatever the hell sickness he's got right now. No more DeAndre Jordan. I don't know.